Welcome back everybody to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida, and today's going to be a fun one. We got a 15-mile-an-hour wind, an outgoing tide, a pretty stacked up 2 to 3 foot sea condition, and man, our captains are probably going to struggle a little bit, but let's see how everybody fares as they step in the ring and try and do battle with the inlet. But let's go ahead and get our competition started, and we'll move into the first round where we're going to feature a JEANNEAU stepping in the ring trying to do battle with the inlet. And man, they are off to a rough start. Cap's coming out just a little bit slow, and in these kind of conditions that doesn't usually fare very well. And here we go, boom! My man stuffs it. I mean, we had to see this one coming. We see it all the time on these rough days down at Haulover. Captain comes out at an idle pace, man. They just wind up in trouble, and the captain here is in no different situation. But he's still not getting up on the throttle. Let's see how he fares the rest of the way out. Cap is definitely committed to that slow roll approach. For some reason, they have no interest in leaning into this throttle whatsoever, but they're probably going to pay for this one as well as they start to roll out into the rollers just outside the mouth of the inlet, unless for some reason they change their approach and decide to lay into the throttle, but I just don't see that one coming. And here we go as our crew rolls out into the rollers, continuing with that idle pace. I'm imagining we got another slight stuffing, at least one incoming, but here you can see they are rocking and rolling, and there's another stuffing, and Haulover's easily going to take the win in this first round as our captain really just didn't want to get up on plane and really give a go of it. Let's see if our captain in the second round has a little better luck, as we're going to have one of our pros stepping in the ring as we've got one of our charter vessels returning back into the inlet. Today is a tricky one though. A heavy following sea, very tight and compact. You've got to be very precise in your timing on this one. So he climbs on the back, but he slips off. And they're going to get the push. Here we go. They're going for a ride. And Cap's working to try and get it back under control. And man, he's going to hang on at the very last second, but man, those ones can get ugly. You can get pushed in the rocks. We've seen it happen several times down at Haulover, but fortunately for this crew, they're able to pull it out, and we'll go ahead and give the boats a win in this round. And this will bring us to a 1-1 tie as we move into the third round of our contest, where we're going to feature a large rib vessel trying to make its way out of the inlet. And this captain appears to be taking that slow roll approach as well. I'm not sure which brand boat this is. If you know, let me know what it is in the comments below. But my man's having a rough ride early, same deal. Really should get into those throttles just a little bit, but is deciding to hold off, trusting that the rib vessel will just try and keep him above and hopefully not stuff it. But man, they are taking one rough ride. Now, I do kind of like the setup on this with the dual seats facing forward, but I'm not sure I would have went with this approach. Apparently, it looks like he's got 2 kids in the back, no life jackets, fine, they're not in the bow, but you probably should have put wifey in the back and 1 kid up front. That way she could have had 4 eyes on them in case something goes wrong. I mean, in this situation, if one of these kids falls, nobody's going to be able to react real fast. Now, it's not seen in his images, but a few moments after this crew does make a Haulover U-turn, which means I'm going to go ahead and give this round a Haulover, which also means we will move into the fourth round of our competition with Haulover up 2-1. And here we go. Man, this one's going to be rough. We've got a bay boat trying to sneak its way out of Haulover, but they have chosen the correct path. Let's see if it pays off for them. They're hugging the north side of the inlet. And in doing so, they stay out of the bigger waves that are in the center of Haulover, and they can take it a little bit slower, kind of methodically pick their way through, and hopefully just turn north right past the jetty once they get out. And our crew starts to pick the throttle up a little bit, looking pretty good, and they're going to do exactly as we planned, and they're going to take a win for the boats in the fourth round. And this will move us into the fifth and final round of our contest, tied at 2 apiece. Who will take the win? Will it be the boats or Haulover Inlet? And here we go with another one of our charter vessels making their way into Haulover. They are taking it slow and easy, but as we saw earlier, this following sea is a little rough today. Very compact, fair-sized seas, making challenges for people coming in, and these guys are going for a ride as well. Hopefully they can stay off the rocks and pull through. They're kind of getting pushed toward it, but Captain, is he going to hold on? And yes, they're going to make it through. And they're going to wind up taking a win for the boats, and that's going to give the boats the win in this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at Haulover Inlet. My channel Broncos Guru do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we've got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.